Alright, you beautiful peoples of the interwebs, it's me, Glenn, CheapSkate Gamer, or if you're watching on Rumble, it's the Wokeapotamus. And of course, we're into the weekly freebie roundup, so let's, without any further ado, let's go and check out the games. As always, we always start on Epic Game Store, so let's just go over to here. Oh, and I'm kind of half on the screen, half off. Can I turn that the right way? There we go. That'll do. That'll do. And here we are on the Epic. So we've only got one free game this week, and it is The Spirit and the Mouse. 3D adventure game in the sort of mold that Stray with the cat type of game. And look, next week we've got Bear and Breakfast. So I don't know what else we're going to have. Are we going to have porcupine and pudding or something the week after? I don't know. Anyway, Spirit of the Mouse is your game. Should we have a quick look at it? We'll have a quick look at it, won't we? Obviously, it's a youngster's game. It looks alright. Looks quite fun. Look at it. There it is in 3D. You can see what I mean by when it looks like the Stray game that came out on PlayStation. If you're familiar with that, it's got that sort of look and a feel to it. Obviously not as good at graphics, but looks alright. That type of thing. 3D animated adventure. Probably a bit of a platform. Let's read what it says. Bring kindness and light to the people of Santa Claire as Leela, a tiny mouse with a big heart, explore the quaint French village, making electrifying new friends, and do good deeds for those in need in the lush narrative adventure game. Lovely. There we go. That's your Epic Game Store. Okay, so and then obviously then next week was Bear for Breakfast or something. Yeah, Bear and Breakfast. Which we'll check that out next week. Anyway, let's move along. We're now on the Amazon Prime games. So if you're a Prime subscriber, please remember there is games included with your Prime subscription, and they're from all over the place in a way. You've got the Prime app itself, but also some of them are for GOG, some are on Epic Game Stores, and some are on, I always forget the name of the thing, it's down here, Legacy Games, that's the other one, and we've got one of them this week. So the 5 new games this week. I love Finding Cats and Pups. That is a Legacy Games game. Okay, do you want me to... I'm not even bothering to click on him, actually. Then we've got Mystery Case Files, Black Crown. Very similar sort of things going on. That's actually within Prime itself. Then we've got Inglet. That's within Prime. Then we've got one within GOG, which is Ghost Song. And then we've got Black Desert, which technically you have to use their own launcher, which is just like a website launcher. And that's the same if you buy Black Desert on Steam or what. You can normally pick this game up for about 80 or 90 pence anyway when it's on a deal. To be honest, Black Desert, it's an MMO RPG. I spent about an hour and a half playing it. First hour, pretty good, get into it, and then it just goes into this stuff where it's just got too much things, too many items, too much collecting, too much coinage, not enough gameplay, too much fiddling stuff. That's my getaway from Black Desert. One of those games, probably if you spent a month playing it, you probably just never stop playing it. You'll probably get into it and get into the vibe. For me, it wasn't really. It's definitely not a pick up and play style game. It's one of those where you've just got to get into so many systems within the game. And it kind of spoils me. Don't forget, you can still grab quite a lot of the other games. There are better games that were released over the last couple of weeks. You've got the Borderlands 1 and 2, the Tomb Raiders, Lord of the Rings Legos, and the Hobbit Lego. Hellpie is quite a fun game if you like Banjo-Kazooie. That's a great game. Greedfall there. There are some good. The one I would say before it disappears is War World. That will disappear soon. Grab that, one of the best indie games last year. I think it was last year. And then as far as the Luna games, which you just need your web browser to play, no changes there from last week. So we've still got the same sort of games: Super Meat Boy, Fallout, Indiana Jones on there, Mega Man 11, Shadow of War. That's one that's probably worth playing. And of course you can play all the Fortnites and all that. Anyway, let's have a look at the Steam. Now we have a look at the free games of Steam. Now again, I'll show you how I do it. I basically click on this with nothing on it. Then we drag the price to 0. Then we click on all games because we don't want to show the DLC. And then we click on release date. and then that is all the latest free games on Steam. But what I've done is I've gone and done a curated list of ones that I think are worth checking out. So let's have a little look, and we got first game I thought I'd check out on the games that have been released this week for free. Unholy Village free version. Now even if you were to buy the game, it's only £2.78, but you can play the free version. I don't know how long you play it for, probably a few hours, whatever, a couple of, maybe might only be 20 minutes, I don't know. But it looks interesting, you know, looks tidy enough for a free game. Typical sort of horror genre stuff. Coming up to Halloween, of course, the end of the month. Well, the end of next month, but we're not far away, are we? We're 4 or 5 weeks away from the Halloween season. We'll move along then to the next game. This one, definite download. This is. I've downloaded it and played it. If you like Fall Guys, you're gonna really like this. It's like Fall Guys meets Mario Kart. Nice, easy download. 2 gigabytes. It's cross-platform. It's free. They're basically going to try and pay for the game using season passes. You don't have to pay the season passes. There's plenty of free unlocks without them. And it's actually genuinely good fun. It's a very simple game, but it's a great thing if you're going to start a stream and you're getting people together. Get them in for a quick game of this, and then move. And you can have actually private lobbies. You need 8 people to start a private lobby, but you can have 8 to 40, I think it was, or 8 to 30 people in a private lobby. Yeah, great. And as you can see, there's plenty of little customizations. I really enjoyed this. I did a little stream of it on the Discord. And anyway, moving on, we have. I like the look of this one. This was Armored of Doom, and it's a tank. What do they call these? MOBA. That's it, a MOBA. So it's like spawn points you've got to capture, move on, and eventually capture the enemy's base, and they're trying to do the same back. And it's got some really good reviews, and it just looks quite good. I haven't played it. I don't get time to play all the stuff I have a look at, but that one just looked pretty interesting. It's got good reviews. Graphics look quite nice, and just seemed quite interesting. Tanks with a MOBA. Seems like good fun. So the next one is a game I did like. They didn't have great reviews, but I just liked the look of it. And sometimes when I see I've played that many video games, you only need to have a look. Well, I only need to have a look at them to see, is the game going to be good? Is it going to be fun? Is it going to be well done and well balanced? And this looks quite good. It's called Why God. Now, essentially, you're playing an ugly little insect that's trying to climb the Tower of Babylon to go and ask God, why did you make me such an ugly little horrible insect? But it looks really fun with the sort of swingy and jump and so almost that sort of Celeste type platforming going on, but with a swing rope. And I do love games where you swing. Yeah, it looks like good fun to me, and obviously look, boss fights and everything. Okay, moving on to the next one, and yeah, One Piece Bounty Rush. So another quite high quality, well made game. This is made by Sega themselves. So Sega have chucked out quite a few free things recently. And again, this is like a 4-on-4 brawler thing. So I'm not sure how they're funding it, if they're funding it with season passes, but if you're into the One Piece universe, then this could be good fun. It looks alright. Again, it's very hard to tell what you're going to do. I'll read the thing. Take the loot, pirates, Bounty Rush is a 4v4 multiplayer team action game. Work with your team to capture the other team's berries. Make of that whatever you wish. And we check out, I think I've got another one to check out, Basil and the Isles of Spice. Another one, not many people have reviewed this, but I just love the look of it. It's a cutesy 3D colourful platformer, and I do have a soft spot for these type of games like Spyro, you know, that sort of thing. That's what I sort of got out of the look on this. And of course it's free, so why not try and check it out if you like little games like Spyro. And this even takes a little bit from Zelda here, where they've got the little sort of parachute. There we go, look, the parachute thing where she's flying down. That was good fun. So yeah, a nice little free platformer, cutesy, suitable for all ages. And I think that was it. Yeah, we're going to have a look at some deals now. Now, there is loads of deals. I've got them all up here. You can see these are all the money's off deals. But I've curated some deals this week, so I thought we'd make things easier. Wolfenstein is in there. Wolfenstein, the New Colossus. That is the latest or last one, I believe, that they've released. There might have been some smaller ones in between it, but that was like the big AAA release then. And that is for £3.74. So I thought that was pretty good. Right, moving swiftly on. Shadow Warrior 2, probably the best out of the Shadow Warriors. £2.50. Again, that can be played 4-player online co-op. That's quite an interesting game. I thought this was worth pointing out. The Halo Spartan Assault. So this is a twin stick shooter. There's no video to show you on this one. But I could just click on one of them. But the 2 games together for £1.34 is a hell of a bargain. There's 30 levels on each game. They're quite nicely done. There, I'll show you the video of them. But as you can see, it's a top-down sort of twin-stick shooter version of Halo. But it does have a hell of a lot of Halo. It feels like Halo and plays like Halo, just in a twin-stick shooter format. Do like that game. They are very good. And for 80p, what are you waiting for? They got all the music and everything, good feel. Another little bit of a blast from the past. Again, excellent, very positive. And this one's only £1.74, and it's XCOM 2. And if you've not played an XCOM game, then where have you been in the last 10 years? I'm not sure if this is going to show you any gameplay, but essentially it's moved-based combat, and you see it had great reviews. They get a turn, you get a turn, you're killing the aliens trying to kill you. There's a bit of a story, there's a lot of like in between the levels, there's like build your underground base to help you get new and research new weapons and help you get further into the game. Anyway, there's a lot to learn in XCOM 2 and too much time for me to explain about it. I thought I'd check out this one. This is Ori and the Blind Forest, and it's the definitive edition for £3.74. I've still got the older one, but they're a definitive one. They've added some new levels and some new moves. So Ori, beautiful, probably one of the greatest platform games released in the last few years. Alongside maybe Mario's. I'm not a big fan of Mario platform games myself, but I was a massive fan of Ori, and some of the boss endings in this they're particularly chef's kiss, but they're like you get one chance, and if you don't do it, you're back to the start, so they can get really frustrating. But I get a really sort of like, I remember first playing Sonic the Hedgehog for the first time, and I get that sort of vibe when playing this game. It's such a fresh, although it's a classic platform action, it has such a fresh, beautiful aesthetic to it. And of course it does have a second game, Ori Will of the Wisp. 2 games that I've actually completed. And that's it for the Steam deals. So we're going to check out now on the PlayStation Plus. PlayStation Plus games are still the same as the week before and the week before that. The Harry Potter Quidditch, MLB The Show, baseball game, and Little Nightmares 2. But they have added a new game just because of this 30th anniversary of the PlayStation. They've chucked in The Last of Us, the PS5 version, into the extra catalogue. And that's the only thing new in the extra catalogue. They're mostly the same as what they were last week, but they have chucked this one. So that's probably worth a look. Go and check that out. And it's the same now. We pop over to have a look what's on the Xbox Game Pass. Recently added, and they've added 2 new games as what I can see from last week. I'm sure there was another one on here I thought was new and added, but I'm not sure. It might be on the PC. But it's these 2. It's We Love Katamari, Reroll, Royal Revert or Reverie, and All You Need Is Help. Okay, well, whatever you think of those, that's some extra games to play on your Game Pass. These are all the other stuff on Game Pass as well. I'm trying to think what the other one, this one, Trials of Mana, is that new? I'm not sure. And we'll have a look at that was the Xbox one. We'll have a look at the PC one, recently added. And I'm sure there's an extra one on PC. So you've got the same 2, We Love Katamari and All You Need Is Help. But I did notice there was something else. Ara? I don't know, I can't remember that from last week. Ara, History Untold. And, Frostpunk 2. That's it, yeah, Frostpunk 2. I think that's newly added to the Xbox PC Game Pass. I'm sure it's not on the Xbox version. Let me just check. Recently added. Yeah, I can't see if I think Frostpunk 2 is a PC only game, so you have got that. Right, that's more or less your freebie or subscription games out the way now, we're going to check out some deals on Fanaticals. And I'm on the wrong page here. Here we go. Here's the deals they've added since last week. There's not really much new being added. There's a few going to end soon, so they'll be adding some new ones by next week. And one of the ones they added was this VR, Infinity VR. So obviously if you've got a VR on PC, now 2 for 15 quid. If you haven't got them, the Skyrim has to be my favourite VR game. I loved it. When you're down in the dungeons, it feels like you're so sort of hemmed in, and you can almost smell the damp on the walls. Or was that just my bedroom? Yeah, and Fallout 4 VR. Now, Skyrim VR, you can play with just the controller, so you could use your PSVR headset if you've got Ivory. But Fallout VR, you've got to have hand controllers to do that. So why they didn't make it controller compatible, I'm not sure. But there's a few other games in here. I wouldn't know what they all are. The only ones I know on here you've got Arcade, Paradise VR and Grip VR. And there's 4 games in that package, and Grip is great driving game. This After the Fall, Guardians, Arizona Sunshine, that's a big game. So there is, if you're into your VR, there's definitely some value to be had out of this particular package here. And then we've got a Prestige collection. The other ones are just mystery ones. I think the Dead Rising one might be new. I can't remember if I had that last week. I think we've had this one. This one's already been on the show. Was the Dead? No, that's not new either. So there's not much new added. Oh, there's that's ending as well. So there's how many different ones we're going to get? 1, 2, 3. There's at least 3 or 4 bundles ending soon. Fanatical favourites. I think we had these last week. Nothing particularly great in that one, but there's plenty of the other bundles you can have a look at. Right. And I've forgotten to add my last one. Let me just go and do it. Humble bundles, because there is some new bundles. There we go. So we had the Rhythm, the Steamia, the Indie. Now we've got 2 more, I think, from as what was last week. We've got 1 special bundle and Enter the Mysterium. So let's have a look at 1 special bundle. And you got Rain World Downpour, it's DLC. Samurai Jack, you can pick all these up for 15 quid minimum for all of them. Death's Gambit, Duck Game, Jazz Punk, Battle Chef Brigade and Pool Panic. I'm not that keen on Rain World. I've given it a good shake. I've played it for a few hours. I think I had it on PlayStation. What's this similar to? It's similar to sort of Abe's Odyssey, Abe's World, that sort of thing. It plays as a platform. It plays a bit like that, where it's a puzzle platform where you've got to avoid the guards or the enemies. It's okay. It's okay. Samurai Jack looks cool though. So yeah, there is that one. If you think there's some value to be had there, go and grab it. And then there's this one, the Mysterium. Now this one looked pretty cool actually. I think again the minimum's 15 quid. So they're not that cheap. I like them when they're under a tenner myself. And if you do drop the price, you start losing stuff. So for 15 quid, it's got the new Myst on here. I think it's this one, 2021 Myst, where essentially they've made the game properly in 3D. I can remember, I'm sure Digital Foundry did a piece on this where they said it was actually very, very good. Like how... Oh, that was way too loud, sorry. So where they've basically gone about and made all the I think it had what they call it, a ray tracing update or something like that. But it does look good. It looks like the original games. If you don't know, if I just show you here's an original piece of Myst. They were all pre-rendered graphics. Like this, that was all pre-3D rendered and then just showed on screen. Sometimes they'd animate the water or something, but the new Myst that's on there, it's all proper 3D. You can walk around it and explore it. But essentially, this is a load of Myst and Exile games dating back from, like you say, from 2021 further back, all the way to the original one, which would be, I don't know, early 2000s, late 1990s. Oh, I didn't realise there was some other ones hidden down here as well. Similar sort of thing. I like 2D point and clicks. I've never heard of Uru. Okay, and that's more or less it. That's your Humble Bundle deal. So we've gone through quite a lot there. Let's go back to my full view. There we go. So this week, a little bit disappointing really this week. Amazon not hitting the big hitters out the park, but I think maybe for October I'm hoping they'll get into the horror genre and have us some good horror games for next month. I'm not looking forward to next week's Epic Game Store's game. That seems to have dropped off a little bit. The bundles, Fanatical bundles, not much really added there apart from the VR, and the Humble Bundle store doesn't look pretty good, doesn't look much good either. At the moment, the best deals are on Steam. Some great free games. So definitely try that Penguin game out. It's only 2 gig download. If you don't spend half an hour having fun in that, then there's something wrong. There's something wrong in your head. It did make me smile. It was quite funny. It's one of those games where it's both funny, enjoyable, and extremely frustrating at the same time. But it's all right. It's okay. It's quite fun. And what was the other one you got? Like say you got that One Piece and things like that they've added. So all in all, Steam is the best place this month, and let's hope next week brings us something new and better. And what will it be? I think next week we will be stepping into the following month. So we'll have new PlayStation Plus games, we'll have new Luna games, new Amazon games. So hopefully there'll be something interesting amongst that jambalaya for us to play. So anyway, I've been Glyn, or the Wokeapotamus, depending if you're on YouTube or Rumble. Remember, links to all the sites that we use here are in the descriptions below. And if you ever need to skip, I also do like what they call them chapters. You know, I spend my time doing those chapters, and I don't know why I dare say no one watches them. And I think that's it. I think we're going to get out here. That's 22 minutes into the video. I think that's quite long enough of me talking absolute nonsense about video games. See you next week, guys. Bye now.
You know the name. They got the games that won't break the bank, so come on over and join the crew. They'll show you how to game and save money too. CheapSkate gaming, yeah, you know the name. They got the games that won't break the bank, so come on over.